guys, John V from PhoneArena. I'm live here at CES 2015. I'm doing a quick hands-on look at the Huawei Honor 4X. Now, this device is actually available in China, where it's a mid-ranger selling for super dirt cheap. And by that, there's two different models available. One that has 1 GB RAM, the other one with 2 GB. The 1 GB RAM sells close to 160, whereas the 2 GB sells for 160, while the 1 GB RAM sells for as low as $130 for it. So pretty inexpensive. So let's talk about design. For the low cost, you'd expect it to be plastic. You know, it has this textured pattern to the back rear here, but it's still plastic. A little bit on the hollow side. Doesn't feel cheap at all, which is good for such an inexpensive handset. It is pretty large, but not heavy at all. You know, pretty lightweight for the most part. So on the front here, you have a 5.5-inch 720p IPS display, and honestly, it's still sharp, detailed. And here under the bright lights, I could still make out whatever's on screen. So the brightness output seems to be quite potent. On the left side, it's pretty clear, nothing there. On the bottom, micro USB port. It seems like it has the speaker grill right there. On the right side, you have dedicated power button, raised, distinctive, good feel. Same thing with the volume controls. On top, 3.5mm headset jack and just the noise cancellation microphone. Now, above the screen, you have a 5-megapixel front-facing camera. You flip around to the back, though, you have a larger 13-megapixel autofocus camera with an LED flash. Now, this is a dual SIM device, so you have 2 phone numbers built in. You know, you can have 2 phone numbers in this device. Like I said, either 1 GB or 2 GB, 2 GB of RAM, depending on which model you get. Now, this particular one here is running a 1.2 gigahertz Kirin 620 octa-core 64-bit base processor, and again, either 1 GB or 2 GB of RAM. And for the most part, it looks like it's running pretty smooth. It's running Huawei's EMUI, Emotion UI 3.0 interface here on top of Android 4.4 KitKat here. Let's just make sure. Android, well, this one here says Android 4.3 KitKat, but they say it's going to be updated to Android 4.4. As far as the UI, you know, it's pretty generic looking. I don't see anything too special about the UI in this one compared to their higher end ones, but it'll probably get the job done for the basic tasks. It should suffice. Inside this device, it has a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, so pretty big, large, but the whole package is just about being an affordable handset. For the price point, 160 or 130, depending on which one, you could pick it up. You could probably import it if you really want to get this handset. Dual SIM device, not bad of a value. So if you guys want to learn more about the Huawei Honor 4X, you can check out our website, PhoneArena.com. It's John V. Thanks for watching.